Here we are, on a planet that looks much like our own. The date is the 9th of July, 2025. But, something is profoundly different. In this version of Earth, the spark of artificial intelligence never ignited. There are no thinking machines, no digital assistants listening for our commands. The world is run entirely by human hands and human minds. It is a reality built on paper, on gears, and on memory. The quiet hum of a server farm is replaced by the rustle of library books and the clatter of mechanical typewriters. This is a world that functions, but it moves to a much slower, more deliberate rhythm. Life in this alternate reality unfolds at a pace dictated by human effort alone. Imagine waking not to a smart alarm, but to the sun or a clockwork bell. The news of the day is not delivered by an algorithm to your screen. Instead, it arrives on your doorstep, printed in ink on paper. People must plan their days with meticulous care. There are no apps to check the weather, traffic, or the stock market. Knowledge is something you must actively seek out, in books, in newspapers, or by talking to other people. It is a world of immense, tangible information, all waiting to be discovered by a curious mind. The very fabric of society is woven differently here. Without AI to automate and predict, human expertise is the ultimate currency. A skilled navigator who can read a map is invaluable. A doctor who can diagnose an illness using only their senses and experience is a true master of their craft. People rely on one another's skills in a way that our world has perhaps forgotten. Communities are built on this interdependence. The local librarian, the mechanic, the baker, they are not just service providers. They are vital pillars of a functioning society, holding vast stores of practical, hard-won knowledge in their heads. In this analog existence, the world feels both smaller and larger at the same time. It is smaller because your immediate community is everything. Your neighbors and local experts are your primary source of help and information, yet the world beyond your town feels immense and distant. To learn about a faraway place, you might look at a globe or read an encyclopedia. The idea of seeing a live video from the other side of the planet is pure science fiction. This world is less connected globally, but perhaps more connected locally, a complex ecosystem of human interaction. The human at work presents a fascinating spectacle. Offices are hives of human activity, filled with the sound of ringing telephones and the clacking of keyboards on standalone word processors. There are no automated emails sorting themselves into folders. Instead, armies of clerks and administrative assistants manage mountains of physical paperwork. Filing cabinets stretch in long rows, each a monument to organize data. To find a single piece of information might take hours of searching. Every task from accounting to project management is a manual process. It requires immense concentration and a team of people working in perfect synchrony. In the halls of learning, the scene is just as different. The classroom is a sanctuary of direct instruction. The teacher stands before the students, using a chalkboard and their voice to impart knowledge. There are no smartboards or educational tablets. Research for an essay means a long journey to the library. Students spend hours sifting through card catalogs and flipping through the pages of heavy books. Learning is a physical quest. The discovery of a key fact feels like a genuine triumph. Education is less about accessing information quickly and more about the patient, methodical process of acquiring it. The world of health and medicine is a testament to human skill. Hospitals are places of quiet contemplation and intense human focus. A doctor cannot simply input symptoms into a computer for a diagnosis. They must rely on their training, their intuition, and years of experience. They talk to patients, they listen, they observe. Medical records are kept in thick paper files, updated by hand after every visit. While technology like X-ray machines exists, there is no AI to help interpret the images. The human eye, sharpened by years of practice, is the only tool available for spotting the subtle signs of illness. The absence of AI in these critical areas means that human error is a constant and accepted risk. A misplaced file could delay a business deal for weeks. A misremembered fact could lead a student down the wrong path. In a hospital, the stakes are even higher. Yet this reality also fosters a deep sense of responsibility. Every individual knows that their attention to detail is crucial. There is no digital safety net to catch mistakes. This pressure forges experts of incredible caliber, people whose minds are finely tuned instruments of memory, logic, and care. Communication across distances is a deliberate and often slow-moving creature. To speak with someone in another city, you must use a landline telephone hoping they are home to answer. The idea of a video call is unimaginable. Written correspondence is a cherished art form. People write letters, carefully choosing their words, knowing it may take days or weeks for their message to be received. There is no instant messaging, no social media feed. News from loved ones arrives in an envelope, a tangible object that can be kept and reread. This slower pace gives each communication a special weight and significance. Travel, too, is an adventure into the unknown. Without AI-powered logistics and navigation, getting from one place to another requires careful planning. Drivers use paper maps, plotting their routes before they even start the engine. They must navigate using road signs and landmarks. Public transport runs on fixed, printed schedules. There are no apps to tell you if your train is delayed. You simply go to the station and wait. This uncertainty makes every journey a small exploration. It forces travelers to be more aware of their surroundings, to ask for directions, and to interact with the people they meet along the way. Entertainment is a shared, communal experience. Families and friends gather in living rooms to watch a program on one of the few available television channels. They listen to the radio together, their imaginations painting pictures to accompany the sounds. To see a film, you must go to the cinema. To hear music, you buy a record or a cassette tape. The creation of this entertainment is also a purely human endeavor. Special effects in films are made with models, miniatures, and clever camera tricks. Music is recorded by musicians playing real instruments in a studio. Every creative work is a direct product of human artistry. The landscape of culture is shaped by these limitations. Without algorithms recommending what to watch, read, or listen to, people discover new things through newspapers, magazines, and word of mouth. Popular culture is more unified, as entire nations might be watching the same television show at the same time. There are fewer niche communities formed around obscure interests. Instead, culture is a broader, more shared phenomenon. It is a grand conversation that everyone is a part of, not a collection of personalized feeds. This shared experience creates a powerful sense of collective identity. What would the people of this world miss most if they could glimpse our own? They would surely be astonished by the convenience. The ability to find any piece of information in seconds would seem like magic. They would marvel at the power to see and speak to a loved one across the globe instantly. The safety net provided by AI in medicine, diagnosing diseases earlier and more accurately, would be seen as a miracle. The sheer creative freedom offered by digital tools would be breathtaking. They would miss the efficiency, the speed, and the incredible access to knowledge and connection that we often take for granted. Yet this unplugged world holds its own subtle advantages. Without the constant distraction of notifications and digital feeds, there is more space for deep thought and focus. Boredom, a state we try so hard to avoid, becomes a catalyst for creativity and imagination. Human relationships might be deeper, built on face-to-face interaction and shared experiences rather than digital likes and comments. There is a greater appreciation for craftsmanship and expertise. The satisfaction of completing a difficult task using only your own mind and hands is a powerful reward. Life is perhaps harder, but also simpler and more tangible. In this world, privacy is the default state. There are no digital footprints tracking every purchase, every search, every location. Your life is your own, unobserved by unseen algorithms. This freedom from constant monitoring could lead to a different kind of society, one less anxious and more authentic. The pressure to present a perfect, curated life online simply does not exist. People are judged by their actions and character in the real world, not by their digital persona. This analog privacy is a form of quiet and solitude that has become incredibly rare in our own time. Looking at this alternate reality allows us to see our own world more clearly. It reveals how deeply artificial intelligence is woven into the fabric of our existence. It is the silent partner in almost everything we do. It recommends our music, navigates our journeys, supports our doctors, and connects us to a global community. While we must be mindful of its challenges, we can also appreciate what a remarkable tool it is. It has amplified our own intelligence, extended our senses across the globe, and unlocked possibilities our ancestors could only dream of. The story of humanity is now intertwined with the story of the machines we have created.